Hey everyone, and welcome to today's deep dive, where we're diving headfirst into the future of our careers. We're talking AI and how it's expected to impact jobs, between now and 2030.
It's a hot topic.
It is a hot topic.
Yeah, for sure. Not just robots flipping burgers anymore, but AI potentially changing, almost every profession.
Exactly. And to help guide us through this, we've got some fascinating articles from Nexford University, HubSpot, and Built-in. Our goal today is to walk away with a crystal clear picture of what the job market might look like, what skills will be in high demand, and most importantly, how you can thrive in this evolving world of work. So no need to panic, just some good old-fashioned information gathering.
I like that. Knowledge is power in these situations.
Couldn't agree more. Now, Nexford doesn't sugarcoat it. They predict AI could boost the global economy by a whopping $13 trillion by 2030.
Wow.
Now, that's a number that makes you do a double take, right?
Yeah.
But here's the catch. It also means massive changes are coming. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, it's not just about jobs disappearing. It's about them transforming. Think of it this way. AI has the potential to become like a super-powered assistant, taking over those tedious tasks that make us want to hit the snooze button. This frees us up to focus on tasks that require uniquely human skills. Creativity, critical thinking, complex problem solving, the things AI just can't replicate yet.
So it's less about robots stealing our jobs and more about AI changing how we work.
Precisely. And we're already seeing this play out. HubSpot gives some great examples of how AI is making waves in fields like sales and marketing. Imagine sales teams using AI to analyze calls, identifying those magic phrases that close deals, or marketers using it to personalize content for different audiences. It's like having an army of virtual assistants working behind the scenes.
That's incredible. It sounds like we could be way more efficient, but this brings up a crucial point raised by Built-in, the need for reskilling. They emphasize that those who are willing to adapt and learn new skills, especially those that work with AI, will be the ones who thrive in this new landscape. It's not just about what we know, but how quickly we can learn and adapt, right?
Absolutely. And not just adapt to new tools, but also to entirely new job categories that might emerge as a result of AI. We can't even imagine what those jobs might look like yet.
That's both exciting and a little daunting, isn't it? But let's get into some specifics. Nexford gives us a pretty good reality check. They predict that telemarketers, for example, face a 99% chance of being automated.
And they're not alone. HubSpot's research points to bookkeepers as another profession on the brink of major automation. Why? Because AI excels at handling repetitive, rules-based tasks, data entry, calculations, you name it.
So if you're currently listening to this while balancing your checkbook, maybe it's time to upskill. But hold on, before everyone goes into a full-blown career crisis, HubSpot also found that even with AI content creation tools exploding in popularity, over 86% of marketers still heavily edit AI-generated content. What's your take on that?
It's a great example of how human judgment and creativity are still essential, even with advanced AI. Think of it like this. AI can write a basic email, but it takes a human to craft one that truly resonates with a client, understands the nuances of the relationship, and ultimately seals the deal.
So it's about finding that sweet spot where AI and human skills complement each other, not compete. We get the efficiency of AI, but keep those uniquely human qualities front and center.
Exactly. And those human qualities bring us to the often discussed soft skills, things like emotional intelligence, adaptability, and critical thinking. The World Economic Forum has identified these as absolutely essential for navigating the future of work, regardless of your specific profession.
So it's less about knowing what to do and more about knowing how to think, how to adapt, and how to connect with others in a meaningful way.
You got it. Now, while AI might be coming for those rule-based tasks, there are entire sectors where those uniquely human skills will be more valuable than ever. Built-in highlights artists as a prime example: musicians, painters, writers, anyone who creates something original and evocative.
That makes sense. It's that spark of creativity, that ability to connect with human emotions and experiences on a deeper level that AI just hasn't quite mastered. And it's not just about the arts either, right? What about fields like education?
Absolutely. Nexford points out that educators play a vital role that goes far beyond simply delivering information. They inspire, they motivate, they create a dynamic learning environment, and they build relationships with their students. These are all deeply human interactions that require empathy, adaptability, and a nuanced understanding of human behavior.
Imagine a robot trying to calm down a classroom full of anxious students before a big exam. It just wouldn't have the same effect, would it?
Not quite. And what about healthcare? HubSpot talks about how, while AI can be a powerful tool for things like diagnostics and data analysis, it's the nurses who provide that essential human touch. It's about compassion, empathy, the ability to understand a patient's fears and provide comfort and reassurance in their time of need.
It's almost like those moments where we need genuine human connection. Most are the same ones where AI falls short. It makes you appreciate the human touch even more, doesn't it?
It really does. Now, we've talked a lot about these soft skills,
Hmm.
but I think it's important to unpack that a bit further. What does that actually look like in a practical sense?
That's a great point. It's easy to throw around buzzwords, but what are some tangible skills people can focus on developing?
Well, Nexford is a big advocate for embracing lifelong learning. It's about continuously evolving your skills and knowledge base to stay ahead of the curve. It could mean taking online courses, attending workshops, or even just reading industry publications to stay informed about the latest trends and technologies.
So it's about being proactive, not reactive. Don't wait for your job to become obsolete before you start thinking about what's next. It's about approaching your career with that growth mindset Nexford emphasizes, right?
Exactly. And HubSpot offers some great practical advice on how to do this. They suggest experimenting with AI tools in your own work, even if it's just those free trials they often offer. The more you familiarize yourself with these technologies, the less intimidating they become.
Instead of fearing AI, we should see it as a powerful tool to enhance our work, not replace it. Almost like having a superpowered sidekick, helping us reach our full potential.
I love that analogy. It's about finding ways to leverage those tools to boost your own productivity and creativity.
So what I'm hearing is that future-proofing your career isn't just about mastering one specific skill. It's about cultivating that adaptability, that willingness to learn and evolve as the job market changes.
You got it. It's about being a problem solver, a creative thinker, and a master communicator skills that will always be in high demand, no matter how advanced technology becomes.
It's about being comfortable with uncertainty, embracing the unknown, and having the confidence to navigate whatever challenges or opportunities the future might hold. It's like that saying, the only constant is change, right? But in this case, it feels like change is accelerating at warp speed. So for those listening who might be feeling a little overwhelmed, what's one key takeaway, one call to action they can walk away with today?
Well, I think Nextford really hits the nail on the head when they talk about embracing a growth mindset. Don't just think about your current job title. Think about the skills you need to constantly evolve and adapt. Like, what can you learn today that will make you even more valuable tomorrow?
I love that. It's about taking ownership of your career trajectory, right? Not waiting for someone to tell you what to do, but proactively seeking out those growth opportunities.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be some huge, intimidating career shift. HubSpot talks about experimenting with AI tools in your current role. Even those free trials can be eye-opening. Start small. Get comfortable with the technology, and you'll quickly realize it's not about replacing you, but about augmenting your existing skills.
It's almost like adding another tool to your toolkit, right? And the more tools you have at your disposal, the more adaptable and valuable you become in this rapidly changing landscape.
Precisely. Now, as we wrap up our deep dive today, I think it's important to remember that while AI is certainly a powerful force, it's not some mysterious, unstoppable force. It's a tool, and like any tool, it is how we choose to use it that will ultimately determine its impact on our lives and our work.
That's such an important point. It's easy to get caught up in the doom and gloom headlines, but ultimately we have agency in how this all plays out. So to recap for our listeners, AI is transforming the job market. Some jobs are more vulnerable than others, but by focusing on adaptability, continuous learning, and honing those uniquely human skills, we can not only navigate these changes, but thrive in this exciting new world of work.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
And it begs the question, if AI frees us from those mundane, repetitive tasks, what incredible new possibilities might open up? What amazing things could we accomplish if we could truly unleash human creativity and potential on a grand scale?
What a thought-provoking question to leave our listeners with. So as you go about your day, think about that. What skills would you be excited to learn and master if given the chance to redefine what work could look like? And don't forget, you can find links to all the fascinating articles we discussed in our show notes. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the future of work. We'll see you next time.